What's going on, Boston Celtics fans? Welcome into Celtics Today by Chat Sports. I had the latest on Kristaps Porzingis injury news from the man himself. Brad Stevens sat down with an exclusive interview with the Boston Globe while he was in Paris and talked about what Kristaps Porzingis' timeline is looking like. But on the back half of the show, Shams Charania also tweeted out the season opener matchup for the Boston Celtics, and it's none other than the New York Knicks. I'll talk about that matchup more so towards the back half of the show, and you guys are not going to want to miss it. But in case you guys did miss it, Kristaps Porzingis posted this picture on his Instagram story, obviously in the gym, obviously with a trainer, working out, but there's no specification as to what he's actually working out right now. We know that he did have surgery on his left leg, but doesn't mean he can't bulk up the upper body, doesn't mean he can't stop moving. And then the most recent post came from a video that he put on his Instagram story doing the nice row machine. Look, I love this row machine, and while it feels a lot like upper body, you're still using your lower half to push off and make that motion happen. So you gotta have some kind of appreciation for Kristaps Porzingis already getting back in the gym, working hard, but it's also still very hard to work on your upper body while minutely using your lower body strength. So go on ahead, give Kristaps Porzingis some love in the comment section down below. Spam KP, because Kristaps Porzingis is putting in the work. Whenever I'm sick, whenever I'm injured, I am a mess. I don't want to do anything. And it's great to see Kristaps Porzingis a month after surgery is now back in the lab getting some work done. But Brad Stevens did give the latest update on Kristaps Porzingis, and we've known that in June, Kristaps Porzingis himself tweeted out that everything went great and he's excited to get back on the court. But with his left leg surgery, the recovery time was looking to be about 5 to 6 months. Well, Brad Stevens has a new update. Brad Stevens told the Boston Globe he's in Latvia. He's starting to do more and more, but he was in a boot for a while there. But every indication is he's progressing well and he's on the right timeline, but it's going to be a while. So now let's specify that quote. It's going to be a while. We don't know how long that means. He could miss the first half of the NBA season. He could be back in January. He could be back as soon as November. I'm still thinking with that 5 to 6 month timeline, you have to still think of KP and the injury history that he's had. You don't want to rush him back too soon. I love the man, but he's made of glass. And if you rush him back too soon just to win some regular season games in December, I'm not going to be a happy camper. But Brad Stevens did talk about how he already played through this injury and that playing through it didn't hurt it any more than he already was. Stevens said he was going to have a surgery regardless. He was moving better than he was before games 3 and 4 and had probably gotten more used to it. And the outcome wasn't going to change whether he played or not after that moment. It was just really, could he do it? And Brad Stevens said, I was pretty impressed that he did. I don't know exactly what he felt like, but I know he was not 100%. But the toughness to get out there and do it was awesome. But that didn't make it any worse, and it wasn't going to. So we know in the Game 5 finals, there were training staff, doctors, everybody was telling Kristaps Porzingis whether he could play or not. He did not feel good, but he did play, knowing, hey, look, if I play on this leg, it's not going to hurt it any more than it already has. But the latest update on Porzingis was a 5 to 6 month recovery time from June when he had his surgery, putting him at about a December start time. Could it now be longer with Brad Stevens saying, look, he's putting in the work, and yes, he's doing more and more each day, but it's still going to be a long time. We are now 9 weeks away from the NBA season, and I'm not sure what the timeline is for Kristaps Porzingis moving forward. So I'll ask you guys, what do you think his timeline is going to be? When do you think he returns? January 25th? December 6th? Let me know in the comment section down below what you think when you think he will return, when you want him to return. Just know we miss you, Kristaps Porzingis. Coming up, Knicks versus Celtics regular season opener. I'll give you guys the rundown. Also give my takes on the new Villanova Knicks and if they have what it takes to take down the Boston Celtics in Game 1. But If you guys were missing basketball, I hope the Olympics gave you a little smidge of happiness the way that it did for me. Watching Jason Tatum, Derek White, Drew Holiday compete for gold. They are now NBA champions and Olympic gold medalists. And right now on Fanatics, you guys can get a USA champion shirt, which is what the guys were wearing when they did receive their gold medal. And if you already had the NBA championship shirt from the NBA Finals like I do, that's what Tatum was wearing when he won and he hoisted up Larry O'Brien. Now you can get the same shirt he was wearing when he bit on that gold medal after representing Team USA. So if you guys want to go on ahead and snag this really fancy shirt, which I will be as well, go on ahead right now to chatsports.com/Team USA. That's going to get you guys this nice caricature type of shirt with everybody on that roster. So I want you guys to be able to rep this in the upcoming season. Chatsports.com/Team USA, considering the Celtics did make up 25% of Team USA's roster this year. And now the Knicks think they can take down the big dogs, and it's really, really cute. The ring ceremony is set to happen on the season opener in TD Garden against none other than the New York Knicks. I could not think of a better opponent to allow the Boston Celtics to rein in what they did last season and to start their run to do it again this year. Tuesday, October 22nd, the New York Knicks, or should I say the Villanova Knicks, will now be coming to Boston, Massachusetts to take on the reigning champions. Some of us made it past second round of the playoffs. Some of us ended up sweeping the team that knocked the New York Knicks out in Game 7 in the Eastern Conference Finals. We're riding high. The Boston Celtics have every target in the NBA on their back. What doesn't make it better is that no Porzingis for the season opener going up against the New York Knicks. Now, they'll have Mitchell Robinson back. He was dealing with injury last year. Same with Julius Randle, who, in my opinion, doesn't push the needle for the Knicks. But they have tweaked their roster just a little bit to try to keep up with the big dogs that are the Boston Celtics. In the offseason, they re-signed OG Anunoby. I love this move for them. I think OG Anunoby makes them a better ball club. Losing Isaiah Hartenstein is very, very tough. I thought Hartenstein gave the Celtics a pretty tough time when they even had Kristaps Porzingis. But having Mitchell Robinson back, knowing he is one of the best rebounders in the league, I will give him credit where credit's due, it'll be tough. And they traded for Mikal Bridges, adding over the Villanova Knick to join the rest of them. Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, Dante DiVincenzo, and now you're getting a glimpse of what that starting lineup may look like. We know Jalen Brunson can drop 30 points easily on the Boston Celtics, but we also know Derek White and Drew Holiday are two all-defensive NBA players that can lock down Bridges and Brunson despite what Marshall Green has to say. OG Anunoby, meet the Brown, meet the Tatum, meet the Jays. Julius Randle, not worried about it. Robinson, Al Horford will have a pretty tough time in the paint, knowing that Tatum is actually the leading rebounder for the Celtics last season. And I'll be honest, I'm not going to be that fan. It's going to be hard to beat the New York Knicks without Kristaps Porzingis. As Marshall Green pointed out, Mitchell Robinson is now the lone player on the court that is 7 feet tall. Kristaps Porzingis, on a good day, has 3 inches on Mitchell Robinson. But not having him and knowing how dominant he is in the paint, it will be a little bit tough. But I will still take the height and the skills and the experience that the Celtics have. I don't care that you played together in college. If I was still doing the same things I was doing in college, I would not be here right now. The fact that the Celtics are winning is a different story. And it's going to feel really, really good raising Banner 18, getting our rings, celebrating what we did last year while the New York Knicks will stand on the baseline and watch the Celtics unveil Banner 18. If that doesn't give you just a little bit of fire under your ass, and I don't know what will. There is no better opponent, except maybe the Sixers, that I would like to unveil Banner 18 in front of. But it's not going to be easy. And to put out some facts there, since March of 2023, the Boston Celtics are 28-2 at home against Eastern Conference opponents. Boston's only 2 losses have been to New York. Another chip. Allow all the Olympic drama to put a chip on your shoulder. Allow bringing the New York Knicks into your home court to start your back-to-back season on your shoulder. It's going to be a fun game. But it's not going to be the only game of the year. The full schedule will be announced later this month. We're going to find out how many times the Celtics get to beat the Knicks in one season, considering they did it 4 times out of 5 last year, if you really want to count that last game against the Knicks, when the Celtics pretty much had given up on the regular season because they were just so far ahead. 14 games, to be exact. So if you guys want the Boston Celtics to beat the New York Knicks, spam Go Home Marshy in the comments. That means we will have a watch party against Marshall Green and the Knicks channel. So if you guys spam Go Home Marshy, he can't even touch us.